This year, my family came all the way from the United States to Norway to visit me for summer vacation. Our first stop on our Norwegian tour was the beautiful city of Bergen. To kick off the start of the trip, we went shopping along Bryggen. First stop was the Christmas store. Next, we went to a traditional Norwegian boutique and looked at souvenirs, Viking relics, and trolls. We continued our shopping spree looking at sweaters, beanies, and even fancy fur coats. After a full shopping spree, we were getting pretty hungry, so we stopped and bought some classic Norwegian hot dogs. We even shared our crumbs with the birds. Next on our to-do list was visiting the Bergen Fortress. We were even lucky enough to see a real-life military parade while we were there. The last stop of the day was the Modern Art Museum. There were so many contemporary masterpieces depicting Norway and Bergen throughout the ages. And with that, our first day in Bergen was complete. Day 2 in Bergen started out a little differently. First thing in the morning, we hopped on a cable car and rode it to the top of Mount Fløyen. The end. The views were just as lovely as I remembered. After enjoying the sights, we grabbed some ice cream cones and went over to say hello to the local mountain goats. They were so fluffy and cute. It was really fun to pet them. After visiting the animals, we entered the troll forest and tried to find as many hidden troll statues as we could. Lastly, we hiked to the little lake in the forest and soaked in our surroundings and the wildlife. Before we knew it, we were headed back down the mountain to the city center. Next on our schedule was the Bergen Zoo and Aquarium. We were immediately met by the adorable penguins. We were pleasantly surprised to discover that all of the mama penguins were nesting on their newly laid eggs, while the papa penguins enjoyed their daily swim around the island. Then began the aquarium's penguin presentation and feeding hour.
So the appetite here is really bad right now, but that's because the penguins are laying on eggs. And the normal for a gentry penguin is that each female will lay about 2 eggs with a couple of days in between. And they will incubate them for about 5 weeks. Og fugler de har jo ingen tenner i nebbet sitt, så de må rett og slett svelge maten hel.
After watching the penguins for what felt like the entire afternoon, we went over to say hi to the sea lions. They were very active and loved swimming circles and blowing bubbles around all their admirers. The next presentation of the day was about the sea otters.
So hello everyone and welcome to the otter habitat. This is the home of our European otters, Bella and Gizmo. Now we're going to have an enrichment session. So we have prepared some toys filled with the different kinds of fish and some carrots. So they have to work on getting the food out of the toys. Så då tar Lars med sig leken upp på taket, så ska han hiva det ut i den stora saltvattenstenen part for the otters. So we have two water parts, one large one with salt water, and we have a smaller one with fresh water and a slide.
Otters were very playful and extremely energetic about gnawing their treats out of the wooden planks. Afterwards, we went inside to see the reptile and sea life enclosures. The tortoises were particularly active and were running around their home the entire time. Even the snakes were slithering around their enclosures.
Og det er de forskjellige reptilene maten til en gang i veken. Som sagt er jo dette her kaldblodige dyr, og de får energi fra varme og sånn fra omgivelsene og sola. Called a ball python is because it rolls its body around into a ball and hides the head in the middle to protect it if it feels threatened. And the reason why it's called a royal python is because it was used as a living jewelry by high-standing people in Africa in older times.
After seeing the snakes, we went back to the aquarium to see all of the fish. There were even different water ecosystem enclosures from all around the globe. Lastly, we finished our time at the aquarium with the Ocean Life documentary.
For snart skal den ut på en lang reise.
After our visit at the aquarium, we walked to the end of the Bergen Peninsula to listen to the waves and watch the boats sail by. By now we were getting pretty hungry, so we decided to head into the Bergen Mathallen for a bite to eat. And of course, when you're in Bergen, you have to get seafood. And just like that, our summer in Bergen came to an end. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon.